everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your weekly reading. This reading will go approximately the 7th to the 13th of June and will be for the sign of Aries. Aries, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Please make sure if the video resonates with you that you do give it a thumbs up. Helps to grow the channel. If you're interested in doing classes with us or getting a personal reading or even giving a donation, all the instructions are in the box below. Ooh, there's a divorce. Someone's separating from someone here. It's the end of some sort of negative cycle. With the Hierophant, it could be the end of a marriage or a relationship. Could also be the end of a work situation too, but whatever this is for you, there's a huge ending coming up. And probably a lot of relief because the 10s sort of mean you finished a cycle. So that's pretty good. Okay, so do remember the readings are only general. I am using the Connolly Tarot, and the astrologists are saying at the moment to make sure you check out your ascendant because you're probably more in your ascendant energy. Wow, something is happening for you. You've got a brand new start here. You've got a brand new start after something's finishing or closing down. You could be closing down a job. You could be closing down a relationship. But I feel this is a good thing. It may not feel like it at the time, but when the Ace of Swords comes out, it's like having great clarity here. Beautiful. Oh, and here's you. What can I say? You're coming out in your, this is the card of Aries. You are coming out within your own journey here. So you're finally getting on the path that you wanted to get on. So it's possible you could have walked away from a situation, maybe even a stable job, but something here is calling you, beckoning you to move in a different direction. You know, sometimes we just flail along through life and we forget that we have a greater purpose. This is you standing in your greater purpose, really understanding what direction to go in. Okay, so the Knight of Pentacles is behind here. So now that makes me think for some of you, this is about career, about a job. I'm feeling here that something has been moving very, very slowly. You could be extremely bored with something, the way it's been moving along. Maybe you're ready for a change. Maybe you've been doing this for a long time. Okay, and here we go. Ten of Swords came back out, even though it jumped out in the beginning. The Ten of Swords is the end of a cycle. Can be the end of negative thinking. You could have really started to get very disheartened by what's been going on around you. You could have been already starting to think and feel resentful or angry or disappointed in how things are going. You're definitely making room here for something new. Here you are, getting full of conflict, full of upset, full of disappointment, but here's your passion coming back in. So something here is ending in order for you to get back on your correct path or your correct journey. You are now embracing. So you may have been holding back on making a decision about something because you were quite comfortable where you are, but you are embracing something new here in order to move forward, and you're closing off something from the past. For some of you, it could have to do with a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. Maybe you're leaving somebody behind here. This can often be the wife card. So you could be separating from a relationship. You could be moving on from a relationship here. Maybe it's done its time, past its use by date. Yet, because you're planting seeds for the future here. It's possible you could be giving something else away to move toward a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo here, or move towards someone that you want to be with here. But either way, you're building for the future. You're putting the energy out there. I feel like for a lot of you here, this has something to do with work. A lot of Pentacles here. 3 cards of Pentacles. Okay, so dissatisfaction here, boredom. I think you're bored with your job, your work, what you've been doing for a long time. I think you've had enough and you're ready to move on here. A lot of dissatisfaction, a lot of looking towards the future, a lot of trying to bring in, trying to manifest what is best for you here. Oh my goodness, I look at this guy's face and I think you are so, look at his face. He's done all these pentacles, but look at him trying to clean the 8th one. Like he's like, oh, for goodness sakes, do I have to do this again? look at it, doesn't want to even take the cup. Doesn't want to take the cup. It doesn't want to do the same thing anymore. Wants to embark on something new. Sick and tired of being on the wheel here and wanting to move forward. Let's see what else we get. So we have a stalemate here with the Two of Swords. Now that is the card of looking at this and going, okay, I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't. That is the energy I have here. So he's contemplating the direction here of which way he wants to go. But he's not sure because he's sort of looking at, you know, is this job, this situation, this relationship is comfortable? And if I move on, then I have to face, you know, doing something new. So rather than making a decision, I'm just going to sit and look at these two swords. Interesting, because I'm seeing the drum there and I'm thinking, beat, you know, dance to the beat of your own drum. We do have the Lovers card here, which is the card of choice. And we do have a Queen of Cups. So for some of you here, you have a choice between two people. You're contemplating leaving something behind, for sure. So for some of you, it's about your work, but for others of you, it's about a relationship. And your relationship or your work, you may have a choice of two with either or both because of the Two of Swords and the Lovers, the card of Gemini, because it also talks about a choice between two people, two situations, two things. But you're bored and you're done with where you are. You don't want to invest any more work into what you've done already. You're planting seeds for your future here. But I do have an earth sign and a water sign coming up. So there does seem to be some sort of contemplation around a person. But they could represent your workplace too. No, I'd say it's a person because we have the Three of Cups coming in. Okay, so for many of you, you are contemplating walking away from a long-term relationship, a marriage, because you want now your own happiness. Okay. I'm not discounting it here, Aries, that you could be walking away from a job, but there's a strong feeling here that you are going after something new in the way of a relationship. I feel that there is a lot of boredom. I feel like you're putting a lot of work into something that isn't happening for you here. Stepping into your own power here. Perhaps the decision to move on has been very slow. There appears to be some sort of cycle that needs to be closed down. I do see you having some mental conflict about this, but the Knight of Wands tells me you're going to get your passion back and you're going to make a decision here. But at the moment you're stuck between two things and you're trying to make a decision which way to go. And I feel like you've got yourself into a bit of a stalemate here. Trying to make up, is it best to stay where I am and suffer this boredom and sadness here, trying to put effort and energy into something that is not growing. Maybe you've got a situation where you're with someone and it means that financially it's going to you know, be very difficult to move on from. You may have a lot of stuff invested with this person or invested with this job, but I feel like you're craving the new here. Yeah, look at this, stuck in the prison of overthinking here. You're trying to go towards something new, something that you know in your intuition that you deserve. But I feel like there's some sort of commitment, contract, or some sort of agreement that you have with your past here that you're worried about letting go. We do have the Three of Cups, so I feel like for some of you this is marriage, but you do have this in your future. So the decision to move forward for you is a good one. You're going to bring in what you want here. If this is new love and happiness, you will bring in that. If it's a new job and happiness, you're going to bring in that. Whatever it is here, it is in your future. Rightio. So you have the Ancient Ones coming out. The Ancient One is a card where you're being sort of led by your ancestors here, which says to me that you are at the point where you should have been moving forward. So the universe may be giving you a little bit of a shove here to get you to move on the right path. The Ancient Ones are inviting you to reach to the future to help to birth a new destiny for the earth. Go ahead, find out who you're becoming 10,000 years from now. If you accept the invitation, great power and blessings will come your way and allow you to craft a new destiny for yourself. Do not hesitate to bite off more than you can chew because you've unlimited spiritual resources right now. This is interesting. This is about your freedom. So I don't know what it is here that is really strongly talking about you having freedom. So maybe you're locked into a situation, work, relationship, where you feel that you can't get out. There's some sort of contract here that you have to break to move forward. And this is what you're reluctant to do. So maybe you have an old-fashioned way of thinking about loyalty, or doing the wrong thing. Maybe you're stuck in this energy of obligation and loyalty. And I feel like the universe is saying here, you need to let go of that because it's your happiness here that's really important. Thanks, Aries.